Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Hacking with Friends. And today we have our friend Stefan back on, who's going to show us a little bit more about his project, the Deauther, and explain how it's changed, what the goals of the new kind of variant of it are, and one of the new features I'm really excited about, which is the ability to scan and select by MAC address vendor, which means if you wanted to, you could maybe target a specific vendor of, I don't know, doorbell cameras maybe, and just disconnect all of them, or just monitor when they're in use. So Stefan, thank you for joining us.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for having me.
So in our last episode we talked a little bit about what the Deauther is. But if anyone is joining us for the first time, then can you explain a little bit about what this project is and what it can do?
Yeah, so this is a project I started a while ago. It's basically turning this ESP8266, a little microcontroller which has Wi-Fi integrated, meaning it's a tiny chip that you can program and do Wi-Fi related stuff like setting up an access point, sending packets, receiving stuff. And yeah, you have a very direct access to these functions. And the chip is very cheap, very power efficient. It's usually used for IoT applications. And I wrote I maintain a project called the ESP8266 Deauther, which basically turns this little device into a hacking tool. Yeah. So the main feature is the deauthentication attack. That's the big interesting thing for most people, because it can send out these packets that disconnect for example, your phone from your Wi-Fi network, and it can do so continuously, so you won't be able to reconnect as long as the attack is running. But it can also do a bunch of other things, and that's what we are gonna look at today, because I'm working on a big new version for it. And
So I really like this project for a number of reasons. One is because when I first got into Wi-Fi hacking, the best way of doing this sort of stuff was to have a wireless network adapter that typically costs between like $35 to $40, all the way up to like $100 if you get a really nice one. They're not always compatible with Kali Linux, and you have to use another program to control them. But if you look at these wireless network adapters, they actually have little microcontrollers in them that control all the main functions. And one of my podcast guests, Matthew Van Hoff on the Security Tools podcast, actually has hacked the firmware inside some of the wireless network adapters to be able to do stuff that basically they're not supposed to be able to do. And it's been really interesting and cool seeing those developments. But what Stefan has done is kind of take the lowest common denominator, just a microcontroller that has a wireless radio, and work with a $2 version of this kind of relatively expensive tool to basically do some of the things that you usually have to have a Linux computer and an expensive wireless network adapter to do. So using the little bit of processing power and memory on this tiny little chip, Stefan has essentially been able to get it to behave more like a wireless network adapter than just a little microcontroller. And he's done all of this with Arduino and C++, which I think is amazing.
yeah,
So, yeah, another thing also about this that I like a lot is that it's not just for deauthentication. This little microcontroller definitely has a lot more it can do with signals intelligence and being able to scan and target. And that's something we touched on in our last live stream. So if you're not interested in just attacking wireless networks, Stefan has done a number of other projects that contribute to this one, such as the Arduino PCAP. I remember you implemented on the ESP32 and the ESP8266, which lets you actually use this as a sniffer. And you can just basically maybe see what types of packets are around you. And you can use that for more specific solutions like your other project, the deauth detector, which can detect when anyone is sending deauthentication frames in a nearby area. So this little chip is super versatile, and Stefan has really taken it in a number of different directions. What's exciting is seeing a lot of those different experiments kind of all coming together under the Deauther project, which is by far the most well-known of the projects that you've done.
yeah. People like to call it the Wi-Fi jammer, and I get that got it a lot of attention.
Yes,
yeah,
and I know that's not your favorite term for it, but in terms of its most famous feature, that's how most people are probably going to see it. Although it's also useful for harvesting handshakes, creating fake networks, and lots of other fun Wi-Fi stuff. So one big change to the Deauther has also been that originally it had this fantastic web interface that frankly is amazing, and for beginners is a really powerful way of learning about this thing. but it consumes a lot of resources. It makes the tool a bit more unstable. And in the training that I've been doing, I've been having everyone use the direct serial interface on this. So you can use the wireless radio continuously without having to also host this hotspot and then connect to it and see this web interface, which again is amazing and super cool because it means you don't even have to have a cable to interact with this thing. But it also means that sometimes the wireless radio has to be creating a hotspot for the user to log in and basically see what's going on and tell it what to do. And when it's doing that, it can't be doing things like scanning for wireless networks or attacking devices. So I really like the new direction of the Deauther, which has been mostly to make it much more oriented towards the serial interface, because it means a hacker can just pop up in Arduino IDE or a screen if you're on Linux, and then they are able to control this device very precisely, and they don't need to make big compromises by having the interface constantly on, giving you the way that you're basically controlling it as also something that is going to interfere with what you're trying to do. So
yeah, I remember you were actually here and giving a little Deauther workshop. And that was the point where I finally decided I have to make a new version. I have to improve this because the serial interface was okay, but I was not happy, especially not seeing you explaining it to people that had no idea of this stuff and see how confusing some of the things are. And I thought I could do much better now. So that's basically why we're here and going to look at that new version.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and maybe jump to your screen and take a look at what we are working with now that you've updated the Deauther.
All right. Let me open my... Oh God, I closed it. Oh no. Serial monitor. There we go. So basically, okay, my serial monitor is pretty empty right now, but I can just type help, and
can you share your screen for me too, so I can see it also?
No, of course.
What?
Wait, wait. No, God, where is the screen two? There we go. All right, can you see something?
It's made you a potato.
No.
Wait, no, I see a potato. Is that, oh no, okay, it's working now.
I'm not a potato.
Okay,
I have
sorry,
seen that tweet. First thing I looked is what software were they using, and can I do the same thing with Zoom that we're using right now? Because it's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Okay, so just to clarify, I can see that you're connected to D1 Mini or a Node MCU or whatever development board you're using, or just a raw ESP8266, I guess, if you're being really creative. And just by typing the help command, it's giving you a list of all the different things you can do.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So the help command lists all the available commands over the serial interface. So we can go a step back because I haven't really properly introduced this. So what I'm doing right now is I have Arduino opened and go away Zoom pop up. And under tools, so I have the new version flashed already. I guess we can go over the process of installing the new version on your side real quick. But so I have already the new version flashed, and I have the COM port selected here. I have an ESP plugged in. Doesn't really matter which one, as long as it's an ESP8266. And so I'm in the serial monitor here, which is just basically a terminal that you can type commands here like help, and it sends it over the serial connection, which goes over the USB connection. And that's how you communicate with it. It's basically like a little terminal. You have to look out that you select the right baud rate here in the bottom.
If you don't, it's just machine gibberish. It's very intimidating.
Yes, I can show that. Or can I? Hello? Test.
If you, yeah.
No, now it's just nothing happening. Well, nothing happening is the best that could happen. The worst
Yeah,
is
if you
you
press
get a
the
bunch
reset, if you press the reset button on the board, it would give you a bunch of gibberish instantly.
Oh yeah.
I have done that.
But yeah, anyway, so you can type various commands here, and they do different things. Like you can scan for networks, you can start different attacks, and yeah, the help command just gives you a list of all the stuff that's available. By the way, one new thing since last time, I added this, so you can type help-s, and then it gives you another list of commands, but without the big descriptions below it. So you can have
what does the dash s mean? Just help short?
Short,
like
yeah.
Short help?
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Should
now
it
you
be like K?
K for?
Yeah, for Kurtz. Okay, fine.
No.
Okay.
Nine.
All right, fine. All right.
I'm not gonna get into that debate. So it gives you a little bit a better overview, I think, because of all these descriptions for all these parameters. It's just becoming more and more complex. I think the help s is actually more helpful sometimes, because you can now see, okay, there's a start command, there's a scan auth, results, beacon, deauth. Those are the different kinds of attacks, right? You have also the alias to set names to MAC addresses. I think we went over that last time. You can say clear.
We should go over it again though, because it's super cool.
Of the alias.
Yeah, I think that one's awesome.
I guess we can combine it. RAM just gives you the RAM. That's mostly for debugging. Stop is for stopping attacks. History gives you basically the history of the commands you typed in before, like on Linux.
Cool.
You can restart the device. There's now the chicken command that you requested.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so happy to see that my requests have been taken seriously.
Okay, let me demonstrate that. So I type in chicken, and there we go.
Wait. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Full functionality has been restored. Now everything else is secondary, provided this works.
Yeah, and the other new feature is the vendor function. So should we start with that? Or do you want to...
Let's get into the vendor function, because that's the one I'm the most excited about, and I'm not very patient. And I've been thinking about it ever since you told me about it last night. And I think that it is, for beginners anyway, who are looking at tracking IoT devices or something like that, probably the most useful and coolest feature we've implemented so far.
Yeah. So for example, vendor just refers to the Mac vendor list. That's like a public list. There are different websites you can go to, and basically a MAC address is the address every network interface or device like your phone has. It's like a unique identifier, so the whole communication works and packets know where to go. And there are different there are prefixes. Is that correct? Prefixes?
Mm-hmm.
But basically, every address is registered to a certain manufacturer. And that's what these vendor lists are for. So you can, if you know your MAC address, you can, for example, put it into one of those lookup websites, and they tell you the company name of the Wi-Fi chipset of your device. Some, like for example, an iPhone would give you the, would result in Apple as the manufacturer for a lookup. Most laptops result in Intel. The Wi-Fi cards in there are made from Intel, for example. So it gives you a good idea of if you're scanning for devices that are connected to an access point. Just by seeing the manufacturer of the device gives you an idea of what that device is. So you can say, okay, this is a printer, or this is a mobile phone, or this is a laptop, or this is maybe a desktop computer, stuff like this, or this is a Wi-Fi enabled doorbell, right? So what is cool now about this new command is you can type vendor and then, for example, ring, and then it would give you the MAC address prefix of that manufacturer called ring. And Ring is the company doing these doorbells, right?
Right. So what I like to describe this as is, imagine kind of MAC addresses as a license plate, and any Wi-Fi device you own is going to have like a license plate on it effectively in order to access the internet. And the first half of this license plate is actually set. It's predefined by whoever, essentially made the car in this case, in our little analogy. And because of that, you can look at a license plate and figure out who made the car effectively just by looking at the first part of it. So any wireless device around you, let's say you're at a coffee shop and you do a Wi-Fi scan, normally you're just going to see a bunch of MAC addresses. But if you're able to also read the vendor, then instead you're going to see like Samsung, Apple, a printer, a router, and it's pretty clear exactly what those devices are because you know that the Samsung device probably isn't the router. The Netgear device probably is. And then there's just a couple things that make a lot more sense. Like you mentioned, being able to spot like a Ring doorbell camera that you can do just by looking at the vendor. So this actually gives you a lot of power to assess your situation or begin to see which device is in use. If, for example, you're just looking for which device someone is using in their home, being able to distinguish between manufacturers means that you can tell when they're on their like Roku home entertainment device versus I don't know, some like a tablet or some other like their phone. So that's what I really like because you can not only scan for devices, it's way more clear what you're seeing as soon as you pull in this additional information that's based on MAC addresses.
Yeah, exactly. Much better explanation than I did, by the way. Thanks. And what I find interesting about this is, you just scan for devices. And how are you scanning for devices? You're just listening of the packets that are in the air. And then you can see these packets and you can see, oh, this is a network. And, oh, this must be a device connected to that network. And you can just, by getting the metadata out of that, you can see the MAC address, right? And due to the MAC address, you can see the manufacturer. And that also gives you an idea of what kind of device that is. Or maybe even, you could maybe even directly see what version of that device it is. For example, I'm not sure how accurate that is, but you could probably see what kind of iPhone someone is using by the MAC address. Or at least, is it a newer version or an older version? Like current gen, last gen kind of thing. You can, by the signal strength, you can see how far away that person is from you right now, or that device anyway. By the amount of packets, you can see how active it is right now. If someone is like actively browsing the web, streaming something, if you would even go a step further and analyze the patterns of the packets, you could maybe even see what he is or what the device is currently doing. Is it streaming data or is someone browsing the web or stuff like that? And it's just crazy. That's just in the air. You're just passively sniffing. We are not talking about analyzing the actual data in the traffic. We are just like looking at what kind of packets are sent, and nothing of this stuff is encrypted. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So I have to ask, are you able to do a scan? Like, could we show an example, or is your stuff masked properly?
My stuff is not masked properly.
Okay, that's fine. Well, what I was going to say is there are a couple exceptions to this rule. So modern devices, especially smartphones, when they are not connected to a Wi-Fi network, will use MAC address spoofing to create a fake MAC address, which sometimes is actually outside the MAC address prefix range for that manufacturer. So some will basically create a truly random MAC address that could be just a MAC address that's in a range that isn't assigned at all, or it could be a MAC address that is inside another vendor's range, although that's much more rare. So keep in mind that if a wireless network or if a wireless device is not connected currently to a Wi-Fi network, and especially if it's a cell phone or another modern device, it's probably using a fake MAC address until it recognizes a network it has connected to before. So what we've done in the Deauther is also create a tool where you can create a bunch of fake common networks and then listen for devices trying to connect to it, which reveals their real MAC address. So even though some devices try to hide this information, all of that is out the window as soon as they either are currently connected to a Wi-Fi network or see a network they've connected to before, because they'll automatically drop their fake MAC address and use their real one to try to connect. So the Deauther actually has some built-in tools to be able to unmask people that might be hiding their real MAC address because their smartphone has been updated to do so.
Yeah, so let's imagine you have a MAC address of a device. Maybe it's your own device, maybe you scan for it, whatever. You can, for example, type vendor, and then you can let me just copy that. So for example, like this. So I just put in the first 3 bytes of the MAC address, and it would tell me that the device is a Motorola device. Oh my god, I just found another bug. It's so good that we are doing this. This is not formatted properly. So you can just put in the first 3 bytes, which is the prefix. Usually you would rather see something like this. Okay, this is unrealistic, but like, I don't know, like this. So the MAC address consists of 6 bytes. You can put that in and it tells you the vendor. But if you don't have a MAC address, but you want to know the prefix of certain manufacturers because you're trying to spoof a packet, again, I guess we are gonna go into that soon. I just wanna show you how that works. You can just type vendor Apple, and it gives you this. For example, it gives you this huge list of all the MAC address ranges Apple has registered. It's just so many.
That is a lot.
Yeah, because they are selling so many devices, and each MAC address has to be unique. So they need a lot of MAC address ranges. For example, if you say a vendor Microsoft, you also get a long list, but it's not nearly as long as the one from Apple, which I find is kind of interesting. Let's see what Samsung haven't. Oh.
Well, Samsung actually uses Marauta, M-A-R-A-U-T-A, I believe.
Sorry again. M-R.
M-A-R-A-U-T-A.
You're too fast.
Sorry, M-A-R-A-U-T-A.
Like this? No, Hugh.
Marauta manufacturing. But yeah, it uses something different. Can it do incomplete?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
No.
It can. Wait. Like this? Oh yeah. Let's see. Da-dum-da-dum-dum-dum.
I have a Samsung phone.
You can give me the MAC address. I type it in, and we will know. You only have to give me the prefix. So.
This is true. Although my Samsung phone is currently stuck to a window providing us internet connection.
Oh.
But still, this is very interesting.
I can't see it right now. Maybe I'm not looking correctly. I probably didn't type it correctly.
So wait, what was that search function you did?
Like vendor, and then you could just give it the name.
Vendor, and then what's the M-A-R-A, and then -S.
So you can just type MRA, and then it will look for a vendor that's exactly named that way. For
maybe capital M. Is it case sensitive?
No, it's not case sensitive.
I'm just checking.
So I don't want to give the app. Okay, anyway, let me try to do the Apple example again. It prints this huge list, and you can see it's all exactly Apple. Like the manufacturer name is Apple, but you can say vendor Apple-S. I think S is for substring or something like that. I can't remember. But if you now go to the list, oh my god, it's so long. Jeez. Here you see some other other Apple related vendors pop up, like Apple PCI or Apple AU. I thought there were more. Oh, right. You can do vendor app, and then it gives you a much longer list. There's Mapperai. Let's see.
Hey, that's got an apple in it.
Eines Apple. What is this? Aptician L.
So, does this information automatically come up in a scan now?
I mean, if you are scanning, then the result of devices it found, that the list it's printing of the scan results, it tells you the RSSI, the amount of packets, the MAC address, and the vendor name. So yes.
Okay, all right. And on my screen, I'm going over to the Deauther GitHub, and I'm gonna download this so I can follow along,
Right.
and also because we can actually scan on mine. I should just go under releases. No.
So wait, I'm just gonna
Branches.
quickly stop sharing my screen, and can you start sharing yours?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so then we just go over the process of actually installing the current version
Yeah, that
on
sounds good.
your
Don't.
end.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna go to Firefox, and here I am on your GitHub.
Yep. All right. So you have to go to the v3 branch. By the
So
way,
go to branches v3.
yeah,
Cool.
and then clone or download. Yeah,
Should just do the zip.
Yeah, that's the easiest. By the way, the terminal command is git clone and then the URL, and then you type in git branch v3. I'm just stating
I
that
hate it.
because we were too stupid for that last time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I haven't really just downloaded from an alternative or in development branch like that extensively before, so
No, me neither.
I had no idea.
I'm
All right.
I'm lazy because I'm using a Git client.
All right. So then I would just open this.
Yep.
Right?
The INO
Okay.
file. The doff command hopefully is going to work because I refactored so much code since last time.
All right. So then I am. I've already done the work of making sure that I have all my correct sources under preferences, probably even some extra stuff in there. And then from that, I have gone through into tools and I have added the correct boards. So in this case, I'm just using a D1 Mini from the ESP8266 community, right? Or do I need to use the Travis one?
No, that doesn't matter. As long as you have one selected that's in the Deauther modules section.
Okay, so here's ESP8266 Deauther modules and the Wemos D1 Mini.
Yep. That's the important thing because it's using an old SDK version that allows for packet injection.
Okay, cool. All right, let's give it a try.
All right. I'm a bit afraid of compiler errors now.
Always. People, yeah. I went from computer science to electrical engineering, and people are always so confused why I don't trust my stuff to run the first time. And if it just runs without any problems, I'm like, something's wrong.
Yes.
It's like there's something that was too easy. There's something I'm not seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're uploading. It really shook my electrical engineering friends. They're like, wait, why do you not trust any of your work? I was like, it just doesn't work the first time. It never does. All right, done uploading. Cool. So I'm gonna Command-Shift-M. I see you stating that the tool is neither good nor bad. And then to get started, I'll run the most essential command. All right, everything's working.
Cool. Yeah. Oh.
Help.
Oh no.
Dash.
It's already broken.
All right, so no short help for me.
Huh?
I get the full help every time.
Why?
Because something you did.
Oh
wait, did it work that time?
No, it didn't. Are you?
Output from help dash s. Oh wait, didn't you say something about new line? Something?
No. That's all correct. That's all correct. By the way, can you try to use screen?
Oh yes, I can. Yes.
I want to see if it works. I tested it one day really extensively, but then completely forgot about it again. So I'm not sure.
So on Mac OS, this is how I check to see what serial ports are available. I can do screen. I'll make this a little bigger, and why not close this out? Why not? Sorry, could not find PTA. Okay, oh, right, because I need to exit this. I'm done. There we go. Help. Yep, and then help -s. Hey, wait, what's this? Things have changed, Stefan. Okay, well, it still doesn't work, but all right. So the most annoying thing about teaching the Deauther with screen before is when you type something, you can't see it. So I would type help, and it would be invisible. And then if I didn't press enter, it would immediately just go. So anyone who was learning this for the first time would freak out because it was horrible. And they would usually end up using Arduino just because it wouldn't automatically send stuff. So this is actually, I don't care that that command didn't work. This is a huge improvement. The fact that you can actually see what you're typing and you have time to fully type it, because a lot of my students were just copying and pasting stuff in. So
it gets better.
This is
try the backspace.
Oh, okay. What is this?
Well, you can't delete outputs, but you know, you can still change your...
Whoa. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you can backspace. I mean, through it's a hack, but it updates it to remove the last character.
It's kind of shitty, but I mean, that's the only way.
How did you do that? That's so clever.
Magic.
Okay, all right. Computer science
we
magic.
can go over we can go through the source code, but I can't tell you how I did this out of my head. I mean, I've done too much programming since last time. Oh, do you really want to reboot? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it works properly. Nice.
Yeah, I was just testing it.
I don't know why.
What are you nervous about, Stefan? I'm gonna break something.
Okay, so the thing is, if you flash, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with your. I don't want to say with your installation, but I don't know. Your RAM usage is higher than mine. Certain commands don't work.
This board was $1.80.
I mean, it's not your board. It's somehow the code you're compiling is different than mine. This is weird. But now I forgot what I was actually going to say. Dang it.
Oh my god, that is a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. But isn't it cool? You can.
It is.
You know, it's OTA. Okay.
It didn't work anyway. Interesting. Okay. All right. I see. So then if I do a scan, well, actually, let me first do help, and then, oh my god.
You can also please. Oh god, what is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're scrolling. Stop scrolling.
No, I'm deleting.
Yeah, but you were scrolling.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to scroll and
type help. Scan.
Okay.
Help scan.
Okay, help scan. Okay.
Ta-da!
I really like this pyramid of panic that I just created in reverse here.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that.
That's
because
beautiful.
If you're scrolling, you are sending bytes, and I cannot really filter them out because they are ASCII codes for the ESP. So,
But I mean, at any moment, I can just press enter and it go. You know, it's command not found, but then I'm on with my life. I was doing that deliberately. All right. So when I'm scanning, I can scan for station scan time. But how do I just do scan stations? Scan IP.
Dude, just type
SC.
scan.
Okay,
just
simple.
type scan, and it will take all the default options.
No, I just want to scan for stations.
Okay.
So would it be scan ST?
Yeah.
I like that better than stations. All right, so it's scanning on all permissible channels. I think you can't scan on channel 14 in the United States.
I mean, you can't scan on it.
Oh, well, okay, right, but you can't broadcast on it.
I mean,
Some
you are
airports.
legally
Hey, look,
nothing found.
Let's try just scan.
Then it should at least see some access points.
Yeah, I see some access points. Okay, and now, now I'm seeing something.
Oh, because they are all
it-
connected to the access point. Maybe that's why.
Interesting. There is one Samsung device too.
Samsung E. Why wasn't it finding it? Maybe we found another bug.
Yeah, let me just run a scan ST again and see if it sees it this time. No, it sees it this time.
Huh.
If it's a bug, it's not repeatable. So the scan time is something I really like, because if you're not seeing something, or if it's not transmitting, then yeah, man, I love how customizable this is. So let's say that I just want to scan on like channel like 6. I'm like, I don't see anything on channel 6, but I know that something's there. I can just increase the length of the scan time, right? Really easily.
Yes. Yes.
So scan, let's see, station scan time, so -T, and then 20 seconds is default.
Yeah. You can also
Do I need
type
to-
like 5 minutes.
So is it 40s for seconds?
Yeah.
Or how do you indicate lengths of time?
Lengths of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 20s, is it
20
would
seconds.
40m be 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, so S and M, can I do 1H?
I hope so. Yeah. Try
really?
it. Try it.
I don't
You can
want to
also
wait that
say
long.
-T0, and then it will just scan infinitely.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's cool. So, all right. So this is gonna go for 40 seconds, and can I still
You can
type
also
stop?
Yeah, you can type stop at any time.
Okay, so scan. In history.
Oh, I love
I can see
how
my
the
last commands.
terminal is green and everything. That's much better than the.
And I can just copy and paste my last commands too. That's
Yeah.
great. I really like that. So scan -T 40 seconds, and then what's channel -CH or -C?
Yep. -CH.
-CH6. So maybe it doesn't.
You
see
can
anything, but-
also say before. Sorry to interrupt you. You can also say 6,11. By the way.
Oh, I meant to press comma, but I just pressed enter. Oh, so 6,11. That does 6 and 11. Can I
Yeah.
do 6-11 as well?
Yes.
And that does everything from 6 to 11.
Yeah. And you can also combine it. So you can say, I want to scan on channel 1 and also from channel 6 to 11.
Wow. Okay, that's super cool. All right, so this is now scanning persistently on channel 6, and it's only... Wow, that's so cool. Okay, all right. I guess, what about the new vendor? I'm going to press stop. What about the new vendor? No, I pressed help, not stop. It's not like they're buttons. I just typed the wrong thing. So if I wanted to scan for a particular vendor, is that something I can do?
Well, I mean, you're scanning for any device you are finding.
Right, but then could I filter it?
Yes, just type results real quick so we can see what you found so far. Okay, your list is pretty empty. Can you just do a regular scan again real quick?
Yep.
Just so we have more devices in the list, because you only okay. Let's see, maybe even another station. Come on. Yay! Okay, that's already enough. You can type stop if you want. Or we can wait if anything else pops up. Doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. So again, if you're scanning, then you're scanning for anything you can find. But if you just want to see certain...
Whoa, hold on a second. My screen just went crazy.
Oh, white screen.
Okay, I fixed it. Okay, can you see?
I see a white screen.
Oh. Let me stop sharing for a second. I'll restart it. Stop share. Oh yeah, it's spinning on mine too. But at least, yeah, my screen started going like yellow and stuff. It was not fun. Oh, did it crash?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you too. Okay, it's just going very, very, very slow.
I think it's working now.
Okay, I'm restarting the screen share. Okay, there we go. And we're back. Cool. All right, so where were we? We have that. Type results.
Right. So with results, you get all the scan results so far, but maybe you only want to see devices by Apple or by Samsung. You can choose. So you can type results dash vendor and then the vendor name. Oh, there's a space. Yeah. Isn't the backspace great?
Oh,
Yay! So
yeah.
So
Oh,
now you
cool.
only
Okay.
now you only see devices from that vendor.
That's fantastic. That's really, really useful.
So for example, if you only want to attack Apple devices, then you can just scan. When you're done, you filter the results by Apple devices. And then you have the list of their IDs that you can use for the authentication attack. Select is no longer a thing.
What is it then?
You just type doff -st0.
Apple.
That doesn't work yet.
Oh no. Okay.
By the
Wait,
way,
so-
that's what I was actually wanting to discuss with you. If that would be even a good idea to implement something where you just type doff and then the vendor name and it would select automatically all the targets. It would be kind of fun, but
okay, for people looking at doing research on vulnerabilities with particular devices, especially like Ring and Nest devices or IoT devices, I think it would be super cool and helpful. I would say that, is there an intermediate step you could throw in? So it's just like one extra step. So it's like you could just select from basically, could you like pick from the list of results a vendor or like use that filter to select only from that vendor from the list of results? Because then it still puts an extra step. You're not just typing literally like deauth all Apple and like the deauther immediately scans and attacks all Apple devices. Like that is possible, and I know you could do it, but putting maybe just one step so that people who know what they're doing can like select from the list of results. You at least have to like know the process of steps in order to do it, and not just one command.
yeah, I mean that's how it works right now. So you would type doff -st and then 0, because 0 is the ID. You can see it above, is the ID of that Apple device. If you would see multiple, like you filter the results by the vendor name, right? Then you only have the list of those devices there, and you can see their IDs. And you select them for the doff attack by giving the doff command a set of IDs. So you would scan, you would then filter the results by a vendor name, and that would give you the list of IDs to select.
Oh, but you couldn't, right, but you still have to input the IDs manually.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And I mean,
Now,
the argument I was going to do about why this is probably the best way or the best thing to keep it that way is because if you input the IDs or the MAC address manually, then you are like consciously selecting your targets. And that's what's distinguishing this device or this attack from like a frequency jammer, basically. Because a frequency jammer just kills all connections on a certain frequency. Okay, we are not doing that, but as soon as you have a deauthentication attack that selects targets for you, that means that you no longer have control over who you are attacking, and therefore you don't know if maybe you're attacking something very, very important, and that would also would be a risk for me, because then we are more in the black hat area rather than the gray hat we are in right now.
right. So creating an automated attack tool that could go after all Apple devices may not be in the best interest of this research, just because it's still perfectly possible. It just means you have to know which devices you're attacking in order to select them, and then that's on you.
Yeah, exactly. Because then again, you're selecting the targets manually. There's this one extra step. You can still do it, but then you can see the devices you're attacking. And if you're still just selecting everyone you can see, then that's your fault. There's the tool gave you all of the information it could collect for you to distinguish between targets that are safe to attack and targets that are unsafe. If you still choose to attack all of them, regardless of the consequences, then that's on you, and then it's not on the tool, which would be on my head. So yeah, it's like legal gray area, and yeah, I think it's good to keep it away.
I guess I see the wisdom in making it that extra step where you are the one putting in the final commands. So that makes sense. I did also have a question though about the aliasing command. Can you add? Can you use the index, like a station index, to add an alias, or do you need to put in the MAC address automatically or manually?
You need to put in the MAC address manually.
Well, maybe in a future revision you could use the index.
Okay. I am writing it down.
Because I really like this feature and being able to quickly alias different things. Especially if you have I don't know, objects in your house that are connected to Wi-Fi, and you're able to just alias all of them, then it makes it really easy to know what you're doing and address them and stuff. I just love that workflow. I think it's so cool. So making it as easy as possible to use it. Oh yeah, let's see.
Just type in results again to get the list, and then choose a device, and then just type alias, then the MAC address, and then the name. Go. Okay. Me. And then type results again. So, another bug. Type in alias.
Perhaps. Whoa, that's not alias.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so alias. Do I need to use...
This is not good. Let me try it on my end. Okay, it's working. It seems to be it's not saving it on your end. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
The output, there's a line break missing. That's broken on my end as well. But for me, it's at least saving it. That's weird. Oh, that's disappointing. So we can't really show that off. But the idea is that when you type results, you get the list, but instead of the MAC address, it would say the alias name. So, for example, me.
It was working last time too.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, there's something. Actually, can you go back to Arduino? I want to try something.
Yeah. Control A, K, Y.
I mean, this is kind of what this is for, right? To debug a bit, because there are several things that I noted now that are different on your end than on my end. Now go to tools on Arduino. Basically go into the board manager.
Yep. Tools. Oh, get ready to wait. macOS really likes to take forever to open the tools menu of Arduino.
Yeah, right. It takes forever on my end as well.
Board manager.
And then search for ESP8266.
As soon as I'm done downloading platform.
Yeah, takes a while.
There we go. All right.
You have 2.6. Okay. You have the same version installed as me. Okay, then can you try to remove the second one? You have one? Wait. Sorry, you have 3 versions installed. Oh, the first is the Wi-Fi Deauther. Okay. Then try to remove the second one, the middle one. The
Tabazo?
Yeah, remove it and then install it again. This is weird. One feeling that I have is it's using... we are using an outdated SDK, but it should still use the latest compiler and upload tools from the latest version. And you have the
CRC doesn't match.
Just click install again. Sorry, that's a known bug. But it should work if you just click on install again. It's weird. It's like telling you that the checksum is broken, and it's like, oh, this is not trustworthy. Don't download this. And then you click install again, and it's okay.
That's convenient.
And anyway, what I think might be happening is that on your end, it's compiling and uploading using the old tools, and that leads to a different behavior than on my end, where it's using the latest ones. Meaning that if because you're using a different compiler, you might get different results in the binary.
Okay,
that should be it, yeah.
And then under tools, anything, well, when it finally opens, anything else I should change before uploading again? When it eventually opens?
Maybe you probably have to reselect the VMOS from the Deauther section. Okay, I updated my... it says installation complete, but I can't close the window. Interesting.
ESP8266 Deauther modules. Yeah. This one. It's still selected.
Huh. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna refresh mine as well and see if something changed.
Cool.
Oh yeah, re-upload the entire thing.
Done. Doing.
I'm just guessing here. I have only compiled and tested this on my Windows machine here. I meant to test it on macOS and Linux as well, but I was too lazy. I can see it's still using the old tools. You know why? Because that all these dots, they don't. There's no line break. They just continue on to the right.
So should I be using a different programmer?
This is weird. No. This is not it. It's weird. I can on my screen. Let me quickly share my screen. You cannot start screen share while other participant is sharing.
Oh yeah, sorry. There.
Okay. Screen 2. Just to quickly show to you how it looks on my end. This is the output I'm getting with a bunch of other extra information.
Yeah, that was
By the way, can you maybe go to here? If you go to File Preferences, I have selected Compiler Warnings All and show verbose output during compilation and upload. I checked both.
Hold on, I lost the zoom window. Where was it?
File Preferences.
Okay.
And then 2 checkboxes and the compiler warnings.
Show verbose output during compilation and upload. Got it.
And compiler warnings all.
All. Okay, done.
Okay, then I'm just gonna... how do I stop screen sharing? Oh, there. Okay, then can you start sharing again?
Sure can.
And just hit upload again. Yeah. Can you scroll up on that? Or it's okay. Well, then wait until it's done, maybe. Or can you scroll up?
Yeah, I can scroll up.
Okay, because on my end it's you are using okay. So on that's the thing. Before it's when it scrolls down automatically. That's the annoying thing. That's why I said you should wait until it's done.
ESP tool via version 046.
Yeah, I'm using 049. And you're probably also using the older compiler as well. Ah, that's weird. Why though? Why though? I mean, it's definitely something because we're using the old SDK. But that also explains why some people reported that if they compile it on Ubuntu, they get different results than compiling on Windows, for example. That might be related to that somehow. Okay, cool. I have to investigate that.
Like either way, I still think the vendor feature is incredible and awesome, and I'm glad that it's here.
Oh yeah, we should. let's go back to the serial monitor.
Oh yeah.
Or the screen session, whatever you prefer.
I'll do the serial monitor.
Yeah, maybe we can. Let's try out if the offing works.
Yeah.
Because now you made me curious. Just scan real quick and select a target that is not related to your recording or internet setup.
Yeah, I messed that up last time.
Because last time it crashed. The Deauther attack crashed on your end, but was kind of working on my end. So I'm curious if it's still crashing.
All right, so I'm going to attack station 3. So would it be Deauth ST3?
Yep.
Boom.
Oh god. Okay.
That looks exception number 9. That looks good. It looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a little bit of work to do maybe on on identifying why it's compiling differently to produce some variety. But yeah, that's.
Can you if I send you a bin file now, can you flash it?
Oh, of course. How you're gonna send it though? Zoom? Send it in Zoom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
How? What's on your mind? Oh yeah, I can send files here. Just gonna take a minute to compile, but should be fine. Everything is super slow when you're recording and streaming and everything.
Oh no! All my history's been wiped. I can't copy from my ESP tool. I'm gonna have to go over to your GitHub repository. I always, anytime I forget what I'm doing, I just go back to the Deauther wiki and then work off of that.
Okay, I sent you a bin file over Zoom.
So
Zoom,
cool.
Zoom.
So cool. All right, I'm gonna copy this pretty much exactly and then substitute out what I have to. ls/dev/su. I'm gonna disconnect from this in Arduino. I'm gonna paste this here with this. And then we're gonna flash this bin file, which you have given me in Zoom. Where? Where is Zoom? Where did it go? Oh, here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing for a second so I can go into. Oh, how did you share it? No, I'm not sure how to get the file.
But
Did you?
Oh. Huh? Wait.
Yeah.
Didn't I send it to you?
I don't know. I don't see it. It's not
Probably.
in the chat.
Probably not. Probably not. Let me try again.
Okay.
Hey, did I send it to myself? What did I do?
That's amazing. You could probably just drop it in Signal too if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just give me a second. Opening Signal now.
No, that's okay, Signal. You don't have to be.
ESP Deauther. There you go. Send. Watch out, it's nearly half a megabyte.
I'll do my best. All right, I saved it. I'm going to be old school about this and just take it from the desktop, drop it into my iTerm. Why is that full screen? All right, let's do this. Wait, no, that was not what I wanted to do. All right, so close. I'll start sharing my screen again. That is absolutely not what I wanted. There, okay. Back to Zoom and back to sharing my screen. All right, let's try this. We are off and running.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, so this should then overcome the problem of it compiling on my system differently by just taking a version you compiled on your system and just flashing it directly, rather than letting Arduino do the compiling and flashing. So some people who are just getting started don't know that this is an option, but you can just use the exact same tool that Arduino uses to upload this. And in this case, I'm using version ESP tool 2.7 to upload this. Okay, so now it says it's ready to go. I'll just do, I can probably just copy this right here and screen that serial port 115200. Cool. All right, we're here. So let's do help -s. Yeah, hey, it's
Oh
short.
my god, it works.
It works. It works. Okay, so let it be known, we have figured out that if you are using a system that is compiling this differently, then you can go ahead and just use the bin file, and that seems to solve some problems. So can I do scan? What else wasn't working? Alias?
Yeah, alias.
All right, well, now we're going to test that. So I'll take this. Oh, B.
Just enter.
And then
oh yeah.
I'll just alias this me.
And then results.
And then alias this MAC address me.
Just type in alias so you can see the just typing in alias should give you the list of saved names. Oh god.
All right. So then let's deauth.
Okay, I need
ST
to debug alias.
4. Deauth station 4. Should this work?
Yeah.
Hey, looks like it's working. Oh, and I don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah, so that seems to have worked.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So that does seem to be working. So we've solved a lot of bugs already. It just seems to be a matter of the bin file being compiled differently.
That's so odd. I have to investigate that. That's
Was
good.
there
That's
anything
good
else
that we are
we wanted
testing
to-
this.
Yeah, was there anything else we wanted to test
Start
now
command.
that we have the start? Oh. All right, so start is for people who haven't done this today. Good morning, friend. Oh my god, this reminds me of C3. Good morning, friend. What can I do for you today? Scan, search for Wi-Fi networks and clients. Beacon, send Wi-Fi network advertisement beacons. Spam network scanners. Deauth, disrupt Wi-Fi connections. Probe, send Wi-Fi network requests. Spam client scanners. Alias, give MAC addresses an alias. Results, display and filter scan results. So if I try to alias right now, it'll fail, right?
I mean,
Oh. Add. Myself. This one.
it's
There's not a
not.
space. No,
Just-
there's not a space.
Huh?
And then if I
Well,
just
okay, wait. Something is off. Yeah, type in alias.
Hey,
now it's saved. Okay.
It worked. Yeah. Okay, so doing it through the like guided way worked. but and that was using alias dash mode add dash name
Oh,
myself dash mode. You figured it out?
maybe. Okay. Try out this, okay? Type in
Okay.
alias, add. Are you typing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then copy paste your MAC address again and just change the last number. It's just a test.
Like this?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
some name. Some name.
And then enter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then alias.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Sorry. I need to add a little error message or something. You have to say alias add. We were missing the add.
Got it.
Originally,
So it is working.
it is working. Originally, you don't have to specify add, but it's now in there because you can also remove. So you say alias add to add one, and you say alias remove to remove one. That's why you have to specify what you're doing. And if you don't specify what you're trying to do, then it's just
It gets
gonna
a silent-
not do anything.
Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
a silent error message.
Yeah, it just ignores you, like, ugh, I'm not talking to you. So I need to put a little error message there. But cool, then it's actually working. It was just a user error.
Cool.
Yeah, then,
All right, well,
just type results and let's see if it's working.
yeah, it comes up as myself. So then can I deauth myself?
Yes. No. No, I don't think so.
Too bad. Too bad.
Okay, so this is still on my list. The idea is that you could say deauth-st and then myself. But that's not implemented yet. What you can do is you can specify the MAC addresses manually. You can see it in the description here, -MAC, manual target selection. You give it a MAC address that acts as the sender and a MAC address that is the receiver and the channel, and that's going to be used to create the deauth packet for the attack. Because the deauth packet, the authentication packet needs a sender and a receiver. So, for example, if you're trying to attack an entire network, the sender would be the MAC address of the router, and the receiver would be just broadcast, so that anyone can receive and interpret that packet, and they will see, oh, it's coming from the router I'm connected to, and then they would disconnect. If you would attack a station, so a client device, then the sender would be still the access point. The receiver would then be the MAC address of that device. So in your case, myself. So you could already use it for that. But yeah, that's more of an advanced feature.
Yeah, so I could also conceivably send a deauth packet from myself to myself.
You could also do that, yeah. But actually, let us try that real quick, because I think the feature it's more advanced, but I also think it's kind of useful. Because if you know the MAC addresses, then you don't need to scan for anything. You don't have to find it around you.
Right. Okay. So what should I type?
So you type deauth, of course, and then -MAC. All right, then we need the sender. So in your case, that's the access point BSSID. You can copy that from your list, from the results list above.
I can't go up, but I can make the font smaller. Okay.
I mean, no, you don't have to scroll up. You can. It's in the station list.
What? Yeah, it's on the station. Oh, wait. I thought you said the sender. Or is this the?
Okay. Look.
All right.
Sorry. Look at the station list. In the row where myself is.
Yeah.
And then go to the right. There's the BSSID. You can copy that.
Of the. Okay. So it's aliasing the entire MAC address, so I don't even see it anymore. Or that is the MAC address of the... Oh, no, okay, I got it. This is the MAC address of the station it's connected to.
To the access point it's connected to. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not even seeing the MAC address of the device anymore. It's just aliased here under MAC address.
Okay, that's totally fine, because now you put in a dash again.
Mm-hmm.
No space.
Okay. Oh,
don't leave a space in between. Just the MAC address dash another MAC address. Okay, this is important because it's all part of the MAC parameter or MAC argument, because you have to give it a list, basically. And this dash is the separator for that list, but it has to be in one string. That's why it's designed that way. So now you have to give it the MAC address of the station itself, so the receiver. It's replaced by myself now, but that's no issue. You just type in myself.
Okay, so we're sending a deauth packet from the router this is currently connected to the aliased MAC address myself.
Right, and yet now you also need the channel. So you can type dash, and then again, it has to be the same string. Sorry.
Okay.
And now again, if we look at the station list, that's a thing we can't see in the station list, but we can see that myself is connected to RetiaNet, and in the access point list, we can see that RetiaNet is on channel 2. Yeah, so you type in 2. By the way, a lot of people have asked me over the time what to do if the access point is changing channels. So one thing you can also do now is you can say 2, 3, 4 or something like that. And then it would deauth on multiple channels. That is also something you can only do with the manual target selection. If you would use the station or access point selection, then it would only do it on the channel the scan found the device in.
Got it.
Yeah. But that's it. You just type enter and it will basically do the same as before.
And I instantly lost connection to Ready on my phone. And now my phone has connected back to satellite internet. Okay, cool. That is advanced. So then if I wanted to replace that, I could also just specify just broadcast also, and it would attack everything on that channel connected to that access point, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Well, we're getting up on the end of how long we could do this episode. I think we're at a little over an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, anything you want to cover before we wrap up?
I don't know. We found a lot of bugs today. I hope this was still interesting to people. It was definitely useful for me, this little debugging session, and I hope people that watch this can learn out of this. Maybe see a little bit how they get a feeling of how the development processes and debugging processes work here. Yeah. One word maybe. Oh, sorry. No. Just a last comment again on that. Complicated manual MAC selection. It's great if you know your target and you want to build something more automated. Then you know the MAC address, and you can type the command in directly, and you can save both MAC addresses, the sender and receiver. You can save them in the alias list, and that would make the command much easier. And then you don't need to scan for them. You can write a script. Scripting is not yet implemented, but soon. Okay, stuff like that. Very, very helpful. And this is more of the advanced things that you can do now. And I hope this kind of, how do I say this, shows a little bit better how the deauthentication packets are actually created. Because if you are using this command this way, then you can see, okay, I need a sender and I need a receiver address and I need to know the channel. That's all I need to send a deauthentication packet, and it gives you a better idea of how are these packets actually spoofed and why are they interpreted, because they are addressed and they are this type of packet. Yeah. So I hope this was useful for some people.
Yeah, I agree. I especially think it's cool to see how the packets are actually made and the fact that you can, spoof both sides of the sender and the receiver. So that and the fact that we got to see how hard it is for someone who's making a project like this to actually debug it, for a while, it was seeming as though, there was just like a problem with the program. But in fact, like it turns out that the problem was with just the compiler and the way the different operating systems might be putting this together. So it's really interesting for us, people who are just kind of consuming this stuff, to actually see, oh, wow, like it might not be his fault. It might actually just be the way that my system is compiling this that's causing all these additional bugs and errors and stuff. So it must be kind of frustrating as a creator, trying to make something that works universally and then still having people reporting totally different results when you've done your best to try to, because, I don't know. It just seems pretty crazy to actually be working on something like this, have people all over the world using it, and then not actually have the ability to know what system someone's compiling it on or why this random error has popped up when it doesn't work on anything that you're doing. So yeah, pretty cool to get an inside scoop on what it's like to debug a program that lots of different people are using.
Yeah, I have to investigate. I mean, the best thing that's the best case scenario of that bug is that I can do something in the Arduino package, the Arduino Deauther package that we are using, because we have to use that because it's using that that modified SDK, so we can actually do packet injection. That's not possible using the standard SDK that you would use in Arduino. So the best case scenario is just something is wrong there, I can fix it, and then it's compiling on all platforms the same way. What I kind of fear is that it's using like a C compiler that's just different on different operating systems. Like if you use Windows, then it's using a different compiler by default, and if that's the case, oof. But I will investigate, and next time we do this, hopefully we have it fixed.
Awesome. Well, since our first investigation into the Deauther, we've learned a lot of new features. Part of that is because we ran out of time last time, and part of it is because now there's new features that you've actually implemented. So I hope we can have you back again sometime to go through some of these advanced features that you're implementing that allow us a lot more direct control over what's happening via these command line interfaces. Because it's a lot of fun to It's a lot of fun to debug and deauth when we're playing with this tool, and it's especially helpful to have you here fixing stuff live and sending us bin files that are not compiled on a macOS computer.
Yeah, I hope next time we don't have to debug that much.
Me too.
But it was fun anyway.
But it's part of the fun knowing where the problems come from, just because as someone who is a consumer of this stuff, I frankly didn't know how big of a deal it can be, compiling it on a different system or just using an older version of a tool. So really interesting to know and very helpful. Just so I can test things, I now know that I can just download the bin file and see if that works if Arduino IDE isn't working. So that's probably my biggest takeaway from this, is just another way of troubleshooting some code that might not be working that's compiled with something like Arduino IDE. But yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us again. And I also want to say, anyone who likes this content, please check out our future broadcasts, our past broadcasts, and thanks to Veronis for making this possible. We're going to be doing more and more of these Hacking with Friends broadcasts. So if you like it, make sure to share, support us, and we'll start adding some additional stuff like links to all sorts of interesting projects and additional things you might want to learn if you're interested in the content of our episode. So thank you again to Stefan, and we will see everyone next time.